Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Jackass Retro. My name is Matt and it's time once again for our weekly What Sold video for postcards and postcards only. I've been doing these videos primarily because others did videos just like them as I was learning and becoming interested in postcards. I found them to be very, very helpful. I learned a lot through them, and hopefully as I learn here, I can share some of what I've learned, and you can also take advantage of some of that knowledge. I'm definitely consider myself still a novice, and I'm learning more every day in postcards, and definitely becoming more interested in them as time goes on as well. With that said, there are some links below to upcoming postcard shows around the country. There's a few coming up over the next few months. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you have the opportunity to go to one of these, if it's in your neck of the woods, I definitely would be heading to them myself if they were closer. They're a great place, one, to source for your own inventory or your own collection, but also a great place to go for knowledge building, learning more, and being exposed maybe to just what's out there in terms of other postcards that might not show up in your neck of the woods. So last week was a definitely very good one, especially considering I wasn't doing as much listing and postcards as normal. I was a little bit preoccupied working on some other projects around the house in preparation for Q4. As you might be able to tell by the change of scenery behind me. That said, we did 84 postcards on eBay for a total of $637. That's up in both quantity and dollar amount from the week prior. And one postcard on Hip, which was for $5. And that's one postcard in the last 2 weeks on HipPostcard. Now, I don't know if maybe I have something messed up on how it's transferring over from eBay. That seems really low and a huge difference in volume from one site to the next. I haven't really dug into why that might be, but it's something I might want to look into here in the next week or so. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, before I jump in here, I do want to mention, if it's your first time here and you like this kind of content, I do this every week. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification button, so you know when I upload a new video or go live, which is almost every day. And there's other ways you can support the channel in the description. Once again, thank you for watching. So, getting started. I got to be honest here. I couldn't remember if we covered this one last week. I feel like I did, but I'm not sure. This is the Indian Springs, Georgia, the old famous mill for corn and gram. This one sold for $10.45 plus shipping. It's one thing to mention on these is when you have a postcard that's got the water wheel, there are collectors who look specifically for water wheels in their postcards. I kind of just stumbled on that on accident. I went and I changed some of my titles to include it where it was appropriate, and those pretty quickly sold. So ever since then, I've just been including water wheel in my title whenever there's one present. So that was this one. Moving on. Lake Winnipesaukee. These map postcards tend to do pretty well for me. Whenever you have like every single one I've listed has sold. This one obviously is linen. You can kind of see the texture here. Unposted, nice postcard, and it's got all the different sites listed here in the key around Lake Winnipesaukee. This one here sold for $6.76 with free shipping. It went out on a make offer or send offer to buyers. Got a nice Christmas postcard here. Holiday postcards, whatever holiday it is, do sell year round. Right here, the main sort of point you'd want to mention, or I mentioned, is the black cat. People collect black cat postcards. It's a thing. But also fireplaces is another good one, and also clocks. So this kind of has all three. You mentioned all three. You're going to appeal to three different kinds of collectors, as well as just your normal Christmas collectors. This one's nice. It's unposted, unused, which also helps as well. So this one sold for $9.09. I believe I took an offer from a watcher on this one. Blooming Cactus in Riverside, California. This would be a white border postcard. Can usually tell it's a slick. If you're new to postcards, the white borders and the linens can often be easily confused, but best way to tell the difference is the white border, which are a little bit older, tend to have a slick surface versus a textured surface on the linen postcards. Again, unposted postcard, very nice. These cactuses, also another type of content that is collectible. Here we have some young seals on the rocks, Coronado Islands near San Diego, California. I've done very well with seals on the rocks in any location. I'm sure there's probably a couple people who collect those kind of images, but could just be the location as well. This one's around 1910s, unposted. Should we have dues, Vice President? No. So it looks like it may have been used as voting for some sort of organization as well. Kind of cool. This one sold for $12.95 plus shipping. Hardy Peak Lookout in Custer, South Dakota. Again, this one's white border. It's not textured. Let's see if we're, it looks like I didn't even upload a scan of the back. So it was unposted. This one sold for $3.95 free ship. So it kind of goes to show, it doesn't always necessarily matter what's on the back. Somebody was willing to pay $3.95 for this one, whether blank or written on. Here we have Clear Lake Park, California. This one, and there's another one here of Clear Lake Park, California. Both of these went out to the same buyer. They sent me some offers. This one here sold for $20. This one here sold for $10. And I was able to combine shipping on these. They still went out standard envelope since they both were under the threshold. Looks like somebody at one point sold this for $1. These both came from a lot of cards that I purchased through shopgoodwill.com. So definitely happy with this sale. Got maybe 25, 30 cents into each one. This one went out to a watcher. Russell, thank you very much for your purchase. This is holiday travel service on Midwest bus lines. A little more modern chrome postcard, but very cool picture of the bus. There we go. Unposted goes, look at all these places it goes. Eau Claire, La Crosse, Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Cedar Rapids, and Twin Cities. And it's just a cool looking vintage bus. This one went out for $2.95, free ship. Now this card I have sold probably 3 or 4 times now. It's everyone I ever list sells right about this price. You may even be able to go back and see this same card in some older videos. This is the Wonder Ballroom, Lawrence Avenue in Uptown Chicago. Posted 1937. Dear sir, will you please bring me 2 cords of dry wood? The best wishes. There we go. 1937. Sent a postcard to order his wood. This one went out for $3.56, free ship. Moving right along, we have Walt Disney World. This is the Polynesian Village in 1970 something, 1970s, anyways. Polynesian Village postcards are usually go for a little bit more than some other Disney World ones. Most Disney World postcards are going to go in what I've seen, like in the under $5 range. This one though went for $5.36 on an offer sent out to watchers. Here we have a linen postcard, and a good example again of how easy it can be to confuse a white border and a linen postcard. Really, the only way you're going to be able to tell the difference is by feeling the texture or looking at it in at an angle in light, and then you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner that texturing in the scan. So this one here is Duncan, Oklahoma, obviously Main Street looking west. Got some very cool old vintage cars and signs here. Lots of stuff going on, lots of cool information and cool things to look at. So this one went for $9.95 free ship. Here we have a comic postcard from back in the day. Well, hunters use decoys, don't they? With this, we'll just say problematic image of, back in the day when apparently every woman did everything they could to get themselves a man. So that fear of becoming an old maid, as they said in It's a Wonderful Life. So a little bit risque. We've definitely got a buxom blonde here in the window. This one sold for $6.95 free shipping, and it actually sold very quickly overnight. I may have been able to ask for a little bit more on this one. We've got an airplane view of New Orleans, white border postcard. We don't have that texturing, so this one definitely. Actually, you know what? This is a linen postcard. So again, great example how easy it is to mistake them. What's interesting about this one is this like almost chlorinated view of the canal. I don't think anyone has ever seen this blue. This one sold for $5.36. Believe it was unposted. Yes, unposted with free shipping. Here we have the Alligator Quartet in the California Alligator Farm, Los Angeles, singing Way Down Upon the Swanee River. Now, what's interesting here is either they were trying to depict albino alligators, or the coloring artist just forgot to color in the alligators, or they left them uncolored to sort of bring focus in on them. It's kind of hard to tell. Other examples of this card, the alligators I've seen are green. It could be that they just left the coloring out because it's a pretty much completely green background, that they didn't want the alligators to sort of fade in the background and provide some contrast. This probably is not the actual alligator farm in Los Angeles. I mean, it could be, but this exact image was used in several other alligator farm postcards, including ones from Florida. So probably just one of those like stock images that they could just slap the location on the bottom and then sell the attraction however many cards they wanted. So this one sold for $4.95, free shipping. Still just a cool postcard. It's really sort of a unique coloring decision on a very common postcard. Here we have the Hyatt Regency O'Hare in Chicago, Illinois. This one was a little puzzling for me. It was listed at $295. It sold for full price. I have multiples on this one, but it sold through the Canadian eBay site, and it sold to a buyer in the Ukraine. So the person who bought this paid, $3 for the card, but paid almost $20 to have it shipped to the Ukraine. It's really nothing spectacular. It's a cool view of the elevator and the lobby. But yeah, just kind of eBay's funny sometimes. You get sales like that are just like, wow, I guess somebody really wanted a picture of this lobby. Very cool large letter greeting postcard. I really like the colors on this one, probably just because it's the blue, yellow, and green sort of thing. It's, those colors in combination are just universally appealing. Greetings from Canton, Ohio, or Canton. I actually don't know. Is it Canton or Canton? Or some other thing that I'm not saying? Let me know in the comments. That one went for $3.95 free shipping. I pretty much have a standard price on all my large letter unless it's something very unusual. Here we have a very cool street view, obviously like 1950s, maybe early 60s. Wallace, Idaho. This is 6th Street view. Again, lots of cool stuff. We got all kinds of signs here. Lots of cool looking cars, classic cars on the street. We got a Ford pickup truck right here. We got another one across the street. Just a neat vintage chrome postcard. I think it's postcards like this that really have contributed to sort of the rediscovery of the chrome era postcards. Just because it's such a cool image with such sort of vibrant colors and so much information going on. It's really almost something you wouldn't get this much information from an artist rendered postcard in a lot of cases. So this one went for $6 free ship. Honestly, I feel like I could probably got more out of this one, but I'm still very happy with $6 free shipping on this. Here we got Lake Tahoe, Nevada. This is the Hyatt Lodge. There we go. We got a picture of the sign there. I kind of focused in on that. Not an uncommon card. There's quite a few out there. Obviously, Lake Tahoe has been a very popular destination. So it's unusual to have a rare Lake Tahoe card because most were made and distributed pretty widely. That said, they are excellent sellers. This one sold for $4.95 free shipping. I really like this one as well. Very unusual location. This is Marshfield Avenue looking west in Hummerock, Massachusetts. It's a vintage chrome postcard. Again, these chrome postcards, there's so much going on and they're so cool. I try to do zoom ins on my listings a lot of time, and sometimes I just have trouble figuring out like what's going to be best to zoom in on. In this case, I decided this lady standing in front of that really cool station wagon was the way to go. But man, I could have probably picked any other square in this here postcard and done okay with it. This one sold for $17 and the buyer paid shipping. Here we've got weighing time in a hop field. Location non-specific. Probably, though, somewhere on the West Coast, likely California. Oh, yeah, here we go. Harrodsburg, California. I listed this a long time ago, and I don't think I even noticed that. I didn't put it in the listing. So probably would have done me well to have done so. It did eventually sell for $7.95 free shipping. Here we have a Century of Progress. That's the Chicago World's Fair, 1933. Gulf Oil Exhibit Building. Here's one of those examples where you can just, you get to learn a lot about history through some of the images of postcards. This isn't something they're going to put in a history book. I would probably have never known about this exhibit had it not shown up in one of my postcard lots. But the color, the imagery, obviously it's an artist rendition of it. you don't get to see this kind of stuff a lot of times unless you're really trying to research this, right? If you're a World's Fair aficionado or you collect Gulf oil stuff, that you might be familiar with this. But honestly, the cool thing about postcards is it exposes you to a lot of different information from a lot of different places. It's sort of like being a world traveler without leaving your house. It's not necessarily a good replacement for that, but back in the day, a lot of people couldn't travel the world, and postcards were a window into these other locations. And now they can be a window into those other locations, but also a window into some different eras, as this one is. So that's, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's going to be it for this postcard. It sold for $5.36 free ship. Here we have Old Mexico in Pueblo, Colorado. This was one, there was a lot of them listed, and I didn't see any sold. So I just undercut my competition. I listed it at $3.95, sent out a 5% off offer to watchers. They took me up. It's unposted. Nice card. $3.75 free ship. Here's one from my neck of the woods. This is the Seahorse Restaurant in Mukilteo, Washington. I'm sorry. So there was only one example of this that I could find that had sold. So I actually went a bit higher than the competition, and mine sold for $14.95 plus shipping. I didn't even bother putting an offer option on this one. We have Greetings from Fairfield, California. I remember Popeye's Postcards talking about the yellow stripe postcards a long time ago. And this is definitely in that category. It sold for $11 free shipping. You'll have to excuse me, everybody. I just lost my list of prices, so I need to go back and fix that. One moment. And I've got a cat here being very, very friendly and wanting to get on camera. You guys have probably seen Buster Wiley on some other videos. Oh, there we go. Sorry for the delay there. That's it. Okay, so this one actually went for $11.95 free shipping. All right, so this is a real photo postcard. It's Guatemala, and the only thing I have to go on to substantiate that is that somebody at some point wrote Guatemala down here. I really obviously can't confirm that. It is a railroad scene. I don't know if these are workers or perhaps rail riders. I put in my description basically that they were rail riders. I don't know. They obviously, whoever bought this agreed with me. They paid $7.95 with free shipping, and it sold very quickly, almost overnight. These next two cards went to the same buyer. These are both from the Frontier Village in San Jose, California in the 1960s. I don't believe Frontier Village still exists, but it might. But it looks like they were very much just trying to rip off Disneyland. Like straight rip off of Disneyland. Obviously, Indian Jim's Canoes. They had a very similar attraction at Disneyland. And then we have the takeoff of Autopia here with the Maxwell car ride. So let's see here. Children excited at Maxwell's Model T Fords. There we go. So these went out for a total of $25 plus shipping. Rip off Disneyland. All right. Next up, we have Bankhead National Forest in Alabama. This is the Brushy Head Picnic Ground. All right. You may not notice, but there's this guy just having a moment. Wonder what he's thinking about. I bet he feels so small in a universe so big. What happens when we die? Are we truly alone in the universe? Well, I tell you what, you're alone in the universe. Very cool. Nicely colored. Got a little map in back of exactly where this place is. This one went out for $3.95 free ship. Here we have another comic postcard. This one's linen, definitely obviously so. You can see the texture very easily. Probably one of those they could just slap the name of the location if they wanted to, as they did at the bottoms here. Greetings from Pelican Rapids, Minnesota. We've got the exaggerated fish. That always does well. Somebody thinks it looks like Phil. And the artist was Waters down here, who I have definitely seen quite a few of those on quite a few comic postcards from this artist come along. So this one sold for $6.95 free shipping. This one, honestly, you've got a lot. You've got people who collect fishing. You got people who collect exaggeration cards. You might be somebody who collects postcards from Pelican Rapids, although there's really nothing tying this to Pelican Rapids other than the printing at the bottom. So again, as many things as you can get into your title that might appeal to as many different collecting categories, always the way to go. And again, this one sold overnight. Next up, F-105B Thunder Chief, McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. Look, Dale and I spent a day and a half here before coming to Germany. We were here the 21st and the 22nd of September. Oh, it's a long time to hang out with an airplane. Very cool. Obviously, anything aviation is going to be popular, and we're going to see some more of that coming up. Chrome postcard. This one sold very quickly for $6.95 free shipping. Here we have another from my home state, Washington. Actually, technically, it's the border of Washington and Canada. This is the Peace Arch in Blaine. I've been to this many, many a time. Real photo postcard from 1946. Now, somebody asked in a previous video, they were having trouble differentiating between a real photo postcard and a printed postcard. And a couple of ways that you can tell. One, we can't really see it here, but is the stamp box. There are some very distinct stamp boxes that are used on real photo postcards. There's a link down below to Playles, I hope I'm saying that right, real photo postcards that helps identify and date those stamp boxes. It's a great resource. I use it pretty much every single day. And then the other way to tell is to look at the card under magnification. And this probably isn't even enough magnification, but let's see if we can get in any closer here. Not really, unfortunately. If you look under magnification, a printed postcard, you're going to be able to see teeny tiny little printing dots making up the image. Real photo postcard, you are not going to see those dots. Really, the only 100% true way is to look at it under as high a magnification as you can. So moving right along. Here we have some more aviation. This is Brainerd Field in Hartford, Connecticut. Nice linen postcard. This one sold for $4.95, free shipping. Again, aviation, always going to do well. And this one, we've got 3 planes in the air, very much precariously. I believe the artist probably took some liberties in creating this image. Or they've got a very, very talented air traffic control person. Here we have Hialeah Miami Springs Bank in Miami, Florida, or Miami Springs, Florida, 1952. These older chromes I just really dig because I love the cars. I love the colors. On this one, I kind of made sure we get the car in there. We got some people going in. Miami Spring Bank. There we go. Excellent card. And mundane subject matter, but still just a lot to look at. This one went out for $7.95, free ship. This is Levy's department store, the Territorial Room in Tucson, Arizona. Another of this card had just sold for $17. I put mine up for $19.95 plus shipping, make offer. Somebody offered me first $7, which I flat declined, then $12, which I countered with $17, which is the same price the last one sold for, and they took it. So this one went out $17 plus shipping. Not sure what the appeal is, honestly. Maybe this place doesn't exist anymore. Maybe somebody's got a memory here. I don't know. Here we have a tropical lily pond in Como Park, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota. Undivided back from 1906. So definitely this thing is a survivor. They're very, very common subject matter. I had mine up for quite some time. It did sell for $6.95. Oh, I'm sorry. That is not correct. It sold for $2.95, free shipping. Here we have the Allen County Courthouse in Eola, Kansas. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Again, nice white border postcard, linen postcard. I can see the texture a little bit better on the back. Should just read my titles. This one went out for $2.95, free shipping. Hotel Stevens, Seattle, Washington, my hometown. Lohman and Hanford postcard, who is a Seattle publisher of postcards. Clearly, we've got some problems here on the condition. Regardless, I price this accordingly to the condition. It's got creases in 2 directions, up and down, including right across the image here. But undivided, so older postcard. This probably went to a collector who either collects this hotel or just collects Seattle postcards and didn't have this one in their collection. So it could just be a placeholder until they find one in better condition. This one sold for $2.95 with free shipping. Here we have a glimpse of the extended plant of Standard Oil in Richmond, California. So nice sort of panoramic view of the oil plant. This one was up for $14.95 plus shipping, make offer. I took an offer of $12.50. Pretty much anything petroleum related is going to be worth listing. And you can usually get a little bit more money if it's an unusual image, or, factories in general do well as well. So this one's California, oil connection. It's got a little bit of everything. Here's a neat advertising postcard for the Dollar steamship lines. I have a couple of these. These came from the recent pickup I did from a local collector. I have 2 of these. It's unposted. This would be a postcard that you would have sent possibly to somebody on the ship based on how it is printed on the back here, or from a ship. So I think very cool. Beautiful imagery, sort of a night scene of a location in Japan by a Japanese artist. Very pretty postcard. This one sold for $5.95, free shipping. Here we have the courthouse in St. Joseph, Missouri. This one actually sold really quickly. I priced it relatively low just because of the large number of this image and this subject matter that was available. So, when you really can't win on being unique or, particularly interesting, sometimes you got to win on price. So that's what we did here for a $2.95 free shipping postcard. This is the Tyler Davidson Fountain at Night linen postcard, Cincinnati, Ohio. Once again, not a rare postcard by any means, but still a very nice one. This one sold for $2.95 free shipping. I like this one, even though it's, again, a very common subject matter. This is the Vanderbilt Mansion, 5th Avenue and 59th Street in New York. I know they say that, generally these small town postcards do better than large cities. I've done very well selling in the $3 to $6 price range for Chicago and New York. I've sold quite a few in those locations. They're obviously going to be more common, but if you price them right, they are going to move. So obviously this is right next to Central Park. I think it's right next to Central Park. It's 59th and 5th, right? That's right along Central. I don't know. I've only been in New York once. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong or right. Actually, this one sold for $8.96. I was looking at the price on the last one. $8.96, free shipping. So hey, look, New York, $9. Here, get another one. Oil fields at Signal Hill in Long Beach, California. Look at all them oil pumping machines. Oil derricks, that's what you call them, right? $4.46, free ship. This one's 1910s, early divided back. Again, petroleum, always going to be a good seller. I've done really good with sanitariums as well. I know there's at least a couple of collectors out there who collect almost strictly sanitariums and mental hospitals. So this one I knew was going to sell. I just had to get it out there. Priced it right, $4.95, then sent out an offer. It sold for $4.46, free shipping. In general, hospitals, mental hospitals, sanitariums, price them right, just list them, they'll sell. Here we have the Davidson Glacier in Yukon Territory, Canada. Very sort of unique card. Glaciers, especially these older pictures, people collect. Reason being, just like small mining towns or gold rush towns, they don't necessarily exist anymore, or they've changed so drastically since the time these images were taken that you just won't see this stuff. So this probably a very unique view of Davidson Glacier. I couldn't find any comps. There are others from this era. I listed it up at $5.95, free shipping. Sent out an offer. Somebody took it. I suspect I probably could have gotten a buck or two more out of this one. But still happy with what I did get. Here we have North Queen Street from Center Square at Night, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Again, street scenes with the image of the moon. Really, the moon in any night scene is something that people do collect. So if you've got something that is a night scene, make sure you mention it. If it's moonlit, say moonlit. If it's a crescent moon, put crescent moon. If there's a face in the moon, say there's a face in the moon. You'd be very surprised. There's a wide variety of collectors out there, and a lot of times, because there's so many cards available, the collectors can get very granular in what they collect. They can get very specific. So this one, I don't doubt that the moon is what sold it, and it's a beautiful image of a moonlit night in Lancaster. So this one sold for $6.90 free shipping. It's a divided back card. Now I know I'm sort of diving into a lot of real specifics and keywords on this one, and that's sort of intentional. I know this is going to be a little bit longer, one of these videos, but it's really to help sort of encourage people to think outside of the box, maybe, or pay attention to some of the finer points on a postcard. For me, that's always been a challenge, and it's taken me maybe longer to sort of stumble on some of these things. So when I do, I want to share that. And if there's things that you've found, make sure you put those down in the comments. I'd love to know about them. I'm sure the other viewers here would like to know as well. So moving on, we've got a nice view of Chicago River. These sort of, points of interest where they print what you're looking at. These tend to do very well for me. So this one, which may be normally a very common and lower price card, sold for $6.95. Got a little mention of the Chicago World's Fair on the back here, so that helps us date it. Unposted. Just a neat looking card. So $6.95 free shipping. All right, these next three cards all went out to the same buyer. The total was $11.85 for the three of them. I don't recall exactly which was which in terms of price, but I think the second one was the most valuable. And they took me up on a 15% off offer for three or more cards. So the total here was $11.85 free ship. So the first one here is again Chicago, the Boston store of on State and Madison Street. And the Boston store was the name of the store, the Boston store in Chicago. Confusing. Took me a minute. Then we also have a second one. This is the home of the Gipper in Dixon, Illinois. Ronald Reagan. Go. Look, it gave his address, 816 South Hennepin Avenue. There we go. Well, thanks, the Gipper. You just made me $3.95. And finally, we've got an interior view of the Marshall Field and Company's retail store in Chicago, Illinois. So these three cards together went for a total of $11.85 free shipping. Next up, very nice view of Santa Catalina Island, Avalon. This is Detroit Photographic Company, a Fosstint card, something if you see a number of older postcards, you're eventually going to run across Detroit Photographic Company and the Fosstint series. This one actually is not even marked Fosstint, so it's a pre-Fosstint, I guess. Still beautiful views. Catalina Island does quite well for me. This one sold for $9.95 plus $1 shipping. Here's a Chrome postcard. Cranbrook. Oh, this is going to be British Columbia, Canada. It's a lot of C's. Let's try it all together. Cranbrook, British Columbia, Canada. All together. Got it. All right. Couldn't find a single other card available or sold. Priced this one up at $6.95, free shipping. Probably could have gotten more for it, but didn't price it up simply because it was a Canadian postcard, which don't sell as well in the U.S. This one sold, though, took a couple of weeks for $6.25 plus shipping, and it's going to Canada. Maybe to Cranbrook. Nobody knows. All right, the Hot Fish Shop, popular restaurant of the Northwest in Winona, Minnesota. So it's a Duncan Hines postcard. There's a lot of these out there. There's a lot of them. And you know what? I don't want to go to a place called the Hot Fish Shop, but I don't eat fish. This place sounds gross to me. Hey, honey, let's go get some hot fish. What do you say? Yeah, no. $4.95 free shipping. And I'll pass on the hot fish. I'd rather have a sugar loaf. This one, this is Hartford Bridge in Connecticut. This is with the Morgan Stanley president of the Bridge Commission. So this is right after the bridge was created. They sent out, this is sort of like a commemorative postcard of the building of this bridge, which you'll see that a lot of times. There's like in Louisiana. I've seen them, in several different places. There's one, I believe, for the Lake Washington floating bridge with a picture of Governor A.D. Rossellini on it. So I think this is a very cool postcard. This came from another reseller, Just in Time Flipping. We do a show every Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific called Three Gringos. Sometimes it's called Two Gringos. I don't know what it's called, but go subscribe over to Thrifty Lobster's channel and make sure you hit the bell notification over there. It's a fun time. We talk about a lot of stuff, not just postcards. But yeah, I my research on this one, there was only one other that had ever sold that I could find. I knew I had something special. I'm happy to get what I got. I maybe could have gotten a little bit more, but I put this one up at $19.95 plus shipping with no offer option, and it sold overnight. Next up, the next 4 cards all went out to the same buyer. And let's see if we can figure out how these relate to each other. First, we have the Ford Rotunda at the Rouge plant. Nice chrome postcard, a couple of buses out front. Just a cool looking building card. Then we've got another chrome postcard in Deadwood, South Dakota. This is the Buffalo Bar, a nice interior view. Also unposted. Then we get another one of the same bar, obviously from a different angle. Maybe even, yeah, because there's that statue of that dude. We've sold this postcard before. And then we have the 4th postcard that this buyer bought in San Francisco, California. This is the Mart Motel at 9th and Mission. Just kind of a cool, like 60s-ish image. Might be late 50s, but this kind of pattern reminds me of 60s with the bright pink, like early 60s. So we've got the Ford Rotunda building in Detroit, Michigan. We've got the inside of a cowboy bar in South Dakota. And we've got a street view of a motel in San Francisco. Can you spot the connection? Anybody? Well, if you can, put it in the comments because I have no idea. The total for these 4 cards was $17.80. Free shipping. Bringing us to Main Street in New Iberia, Louisiana. Just so much going on here. Such a cool looking card. I I went back and forth and back and forth. Actually, several times. This came from Miss Daisy Graves in Cupertino, California. That means I purchased it last summer, almost exactly a year ago now. Lovely card. Just so cool. Lots going on. Dirt Street View. We've got early power lines, 1909, right? Like very early electric. We've got some cool signs. It took a year to sell, but happy with what I got. This went for $30 plus shipping. And I really think that based on the message from the buyer that this is going to the right home. This is not a scan, as you might be able to tell. We can see that this was taken on my couch. It's the Great Salt Lake at sunset. This one's got a little bag of salt attached to it. Kind of cool. This one took me forever to list because I couldn't run it through my scanner. So every time I'd be like, I'll just put this in a pile of stuff that I can't scan and I'll deal with it later. So I finally dealt with it, and it sold very quickly after the fact. So this one sold for $6.95, free shipping, and I hope the buyer adds some flavor to their meal. Here we have the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Tacoma, Washington. Nice view, again, commemorating the construction of the bridge. This is the new one, the second one, not the one that became Galloping Gertie. The one that became Galloping Gertie, quite famously, obviously, there are some postcards of it, but this is not one of them. This one sold for $4.95 free shipping. If you follow this bridge and follow that road, it's going to take you straight to Bremerton, which is where I live. Here we have Going to the Sun Highway. This is Glacier National Park, Montana. Sold for $2.95 free shipping. Nice linen postcard. And then we've got a number of large letter greetings kind of coming up here. About half of what we have left here. So here we have greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Here again we have greetings from the scenic Northwest. Pretty much exact same card, but a little bit different take on it, right? And then finally, we have greetings from St. Augustine, Florida. So we got the Northwest and the Southeast corners of the country. But all very good examples of the large letter postcards. These three and another one coming up all are going out to the same buyer. So these last three, I list at $3.95 free shipping for these large letters. They bought three of them. They got 15% off, and then they came back and they bought another one as well. So we'll get to that one in just a moment. Here's a really neat one. This is Highlands, North Carolina, Bridalveil Falls. I couldn't find this card out there, but it was just a cool image. My zoom in, I feel like, probably helped me sell this. We've got a little family hanging out there next to their bitchin' car underneath the falls. It looks like they're getting wet, but I think the water is actually falling behind that rock, and it's an optical illusion. Anyways, this one sold for $7.95, free shipping. I want their car. Here we have West Virginia, the Nuttall Falls suspension bridge. Yeah, I guess it's the Nuttall suspension bridge. If you're a fan of the league, you're giggling right now. Anyways, Highland, North Carolina, Bridalveil Falls. They're not, pardon me. See, it's got me all mixed up. West Virginia, the new suspension bridge. So it's not just, they had one before that. Wonder what happened. That one sold for $7.95 free ship. Another large letter greeting, Daytona Beach, Florida. We've talked about this. This is the fourth card to go out to that same buyer. Very cool Holiday Inn postcard. Just objectively neat image. This is the Holiday Inn and Suites in Fort Worth, Texas. Unposted, nice chrome postcard. Man, this screams like 60s, 70s. The color, the style of these chairs, like the furniture out here has got to be worth a fortune now. I love the alternating color curtains in the rooms, like these poppy colors. And then this like ultra chlorinated pool. For just a motel postcard, there's just so much going on here. This one sold for $3.75 free shipping. This card and the one, nope, never mind. Did not sell. This is a standalone. Chrome postcard of the Ala Manoa Park in Hawaii. This is aerial of the shopping center down here. There's the shopping center. Remember malls? Remember when people went to malls? There's a little piece of history. $4.95 free shipping. We have a Lake McDonald Hotel in Glacier National Park, another linen postcard. Nice unposted view. This hotel does pretty well. Interior views do pretty well. So keep an eye out for the Lake McDonald Hotel in Glacier National Park. This one sold for $4.70 free shipping. I think maybe it went to the same person who bought the other Glacier. It did. Look at that. A day apart. So that's kind of cool. Went to the same buyer who bought the other Glacier National Park. So maybe somebody's looking to round out their collection. Hey, here he is again. Lake McDonald National Park. Lake McDonald Glacier National Park, Montana. Nice sunset view. Very pretty. Reminds me of the Lake Tahoe sunsets End of a Perfect Day cards. Man, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you make it all the way to the end. Very much appreciated. I'll try to get through the last few of these as quickly as I can. Here we have Hot Springs National Park, Hot Springs, Arkansas, the Remmel Dam and Electric Power Plant. Posted 1940s, 1950s, $4.95 free shipping. Here we have the patio at the Spanish Governor's Palace in San Antonio, Texas. This one sold for $4.95. Believe it or not, even with this coloring, it is a linen postcard. You really got to look closely on some of these to be able to tell, but it is. It's easier if you have it in hand because you can feel the texture, but this one obviously just hard to tell just by looking at it. $4.95 free ship. Here we have a Sentinel of the Desert Frasher's photo in Pomona. Frasher Photos did a lot of these desert real photo postcards. There's a ton of them out there, but they're very well collected. This sold very quickly. I listed this literally the morning you're watching this, and it sold for $6.95 free shipping. And could I have gotten more? I have sold some Frasher Photos for as high as like 15, 16 with similar content. So even though it's just a tree, they're very well collected. Got another large letter greeting. This is going to a different customer, but we've got greetings from Michigan. Pretty standard, but you've got your poppy colors, windows of the views, yada, yada, yada. $3.95 free ship. Yep. Guess what our thumbnail is going to be? This is a two-headed calf at the Strawberry Lodge Motel in Pine, Arizona. Not a super rare card, believe it or not, but definitely a very unique one, and one that I didn't even do a zoom in on this because it catches your attention no matter where you're looking from it. Sold very quickly. I did take an offer for $10. It was up for $14.95. I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't want this creepy freak of nature cow staring at me for longer than it needs to. I'm just kidding. All you freak of nature cows out there, please don't leave negative comments. I didn't mean it. All of God's creatures are beautiful. This one's been up for about a year as well. This came from the lot of Miss Daisy Graves. There we go. So we're at about the year anniversary on that. This one took an offer. So this is the stage road between Yerington and Wabash, Nevada. So it's this little dirt road along this slough, and that's it. It's but I know that there's a collector out there who collects Yerington, and I am very happy with what I took on this, which was $28 free shipping. Oh, pardon me, $28 plus shipping. I'm sorry. Here we have the Oregon Coast Highway, bridge number 248. I'm not sure if the number is in reference to the card number or the bridge numbers. I could dive in. I just put no 248, number 248. And I don't say bridge or card. I just say number 248. This one's got a cool car. Look at that car. Got a bunch of these from the local collector I purchased from recently. This sold, again, I listed this morning. Sold for $7.95, free shipping. Here we have the Mormon Temple in Cardston, Alberta. This sold for $8.95, free shipping. It is actually going to a buyer in the United States, which is just fine by me. Very nice postcard. Mormon content is definitely something is worthwhile keywording, especially when it's not something in Utah. Anywhere that is not a Utah location and you've got some Mormon content, there are people looking for those cards. Here we have post office, really nice one. I've turned down many offers on this card. I held strong. I had it up for $54.95. Somebody came in, they offered me $20. I countered at $40, which is my lowest I'm willing to go, just because it's such a cool post office card. Very unique. You almost wouldn't know unless somebody had typed it here. But it's just this little thing, right? That's it. That's all you got with the cool picture of the car. This one sold for $40 plus shipping. This came from the large collection of courthouses, and there's a lot of post offices and churches in the collection as well. Our last eBay card, this is Bear Lake and Longs Peak in Estes Park, Colorado, the Rocky Mountain National Park. Very nice linen postcard. Good coloring on it as well. And finally, our one and only hip postcard in the last 2 weeks. Sold for it sold for $6.95, which is about 5-something euro. Free shipping. So it's the Waltham Canoe Club in Waltham, Massachusetts. Very nice postcard. That's it. Oh my gosh, we did it. We're at the end. If you made it this long, thank you so much for watching. An hour, 4 minutes. We've been pretty consistent, I feel like. Anyways, if it's your first time here and you're still watching, make sure you hit a thumbs up or the subscribe button or the bell notification for when I go live. It's not all postcards all the time here, believe it or not. And thank you all very much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.